Could Inter Miami be forced to change their name? Find out next. I'm Peter Brown, and you're watching Futbol Miami TV's Local News. Everybody, relax. Club International de Futbol Miami will not have to change its name. We reported on this back in April of last year, so this is nothing new. We knew about this. Inter Milan in 2014 filed a U.S. patent and trademark application to make Inter its exclusive brand in the United States. Last year, MLS lodged a motion of opposition to the club's claim. Inter Miami and MLS are refuting this claim on 2 counts. 1, Inter Miami is merely descriptive. And 2, there is likelihood of confusion. The U.S. Patent and Trademark Office dismissed the likelihood of confusion claim, finding that MLS has failed to adequately plead its claim. Miami's claim is that there are many clubs around the world using Inter in their name, but the Patent Office feels that they did not meet its burden to show that MLS has valid ownership in the name Inter. MLS and Inter Miami will appeal. Later this year, the two sides will argue whether Inter is merely descriptive or distinctive. Milan feels that Inter is distinctive and that consumers think of Milan when they hear the term Inter. Miami will argue it is merely a descriptive term that is commonly used to describe soccer teams all around the world. If you read the Law.com article, you'll think Miami has no chance of winning. But keep in mind who the author of the article is. The author is Miami lawyer David Winker. Does that name sound familiar to you? Winker is the same attorney who filed 2 lawsuits back in January of 2019 opposing the voter referendum for Miami Freedom Park. Both lawsuits were thrown out. So take Winker's opinions with a grain of salt. He will do anything to throw a wrench in Inter Miami's future plans. The battle is not yet over for Inter Miami and MLS. Worst case scenario, they have to stop using Inter. But that does not mean they need to change their name. Just they need to stop using the shortened version of the name. They can go with International Miami instead. What I think is most likely to happen is that MLS pays Milan a sum of money and/or they work out some other marketing deal through their soccer promotions company, Soccer United Marketing, where some puts on some money-making tournaments where Milan gets a big piece of the pie. It's all about money, folks. That's all it is. Either way, Club International de Futbol Miami will not become Atletico Miami or Miami Fusion or any other name you could think of. Besides, International Miami sounds cooler, so tranquilo. Last week, we reported on Julian Carranza's injury. Now, we know how severe it is thanks to Michelle Kaufman at the Miami Herald. Carranza injured his left foot on January 30th and will be out for 10 to 12 weeks. Tough break for Miami's promising young striker. Who do we have that can fill that void? That's the question. We haven't seen draft pick Robbie Robinson play yet, so unless he's really impressed the coaching staff, I think they'll have to go with MLS vet Juan Agudelo and hope we could see the Agudelo of old. I know you still got it in you, Juan. Unless, of course, there is a last-minute forward signing. The forward position is a position lacking in depth for Miami. So hopefully in the next few days, we see a signing or two. They keep promising us those, right? Speaking of new signings, reports are Rodolfo Pizzaro could be announced this week. The only outstanding piece was the buyout clause, and that still needed some negotiating. Our sources are telling us the deal is done. No surprise there. That's what most people think. With Carranza out, could they put Pizzaro up top? And finally, in the fake news department, Neymar has agreed to play for Inter Miami. In an Otro interview, Neymar joked with David Beckham that in 10 years' time, Neymar will play for Inter Miami. They were clearly having some fun, but the media has run with it, like as if it's a real news story, because every player has to be linked to Miami, right? In 10 years, Neymar will be 38. At 38, he's too old. The two guys were clearly just having a good laugh, and that's it. It would be cool to have Neymar in a year or two, but don't hold your breath. If you're living in Miami and are thinking about taking the Tri-Rail up to Lockhart Stadium for 2020 season, make sure to watch the videos we put up showing you how to do it. The Spanish video is already up, and the English video will be up later this week, where Ricky Ricardo and Uncle Ed take you through the whole process. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you Sunday evening at 7 p.m. for FMTV Weekly.